here on Talk Radio. Much appreciated. Meanwhile, let's turn our attention to your personal finances. Dr. Roger Gievolb is CEO of Fair Money, personal finance and credit expert. Joins me now. Dr. Roger, good morning.
Good morning, James.
So, Russia, we've heard about it on the front pages of our newspapers and indeed across the media, but it is rather affecting our pocket. How and why?
Well, as the line running across the bottom of the screen has just said, he's not taking, President Putin's not taking his foot off the gas. He has indicated that he's withdrawing troops from the border. He has 130,000. But discussion with Blinken, the Secretary of State, last night is that that's far from being substantiated. So it's having an effect in that gold, bonds, cryptocurrency, and other prices have all fallen in the last few days. They were being purchased in a bit of a frenzy. Prices went up as a hedge, a safe harbor for hard times. But they fell as investors started to relax a bit. Much more importantly, though, for I think all of us, is that oil prices fell dramatically as well. They fell over 3.3% in the last few days. And as we know, they've been rising higher and higher in anticipation of sanctions against Russia, stopping oil supplies, or Russia simply stopping its own oil supplies given the Ukraine conflict. So every hour now, we receive another report about the cost of living shooting up, as we've just heard from Richard. And we just hope that President Putin doesn't add to that.
Well, we hope that's the case, but who only knows? Meanwhile, let's talk about commercial flights into space. They are becoming a reality. I mean, I can think of better things to spend my money on.
Well, you write a wonderful column in the Saturday Financial Times, Rich People's Problems, and I guess some of your readers will probably have already purchased their tickets for this. But as of yesterday, for the rest of us, we can certainly dream. Tickets went on sale for these flights, as you say. For Virgin Galactic's first commercial flights into space. You get several minutes of out-of-seat weightlessness, quote-unquote, inverted commas, and breathtaking views of the Earth during a 90-minute trip, which you get for the very reasonable price of £331,000.
I mean, that is more than the average price of a UK house.
Absolutely.
Why would you spend that amount of money? I mean, I suppose if you've got more money than God, you might do. I think I'll wait. Meanwhile, back down to earth, quite a shortage of rapid charge points. I mean, this is going to become an issue as fuel prices continue to escalate. More people buying electric motor vehicles, but where do you charge them?
Well, this is starting to get me really grumpy, James. I mean...
Oh, excellent.
The director of the Department of Electrical Vehicle Charging should be given a one-way Virgin Galactic ticket, I think. But the problem is there is no such department and there is no such director. They're all clamoring to appoint somebody to be in charge of this. At the moment, the Society of Motor Vehicle Manufacturers and Traders estimates that we have one charging point for every 32 electric vehicles being sold.
I mean, I have to say, I've owned an electric motor vehicle for nearly 13 years now, and I've used public charge points twice, mostly because I charge my vehicle at home. But I suppose this is the point, isn't it? Which is, if you are fortunate enough to have somewhere where you can plug it in at home, that's fine. But for lots of people, particularly in urban areas, you just can't. So we've got to find a way to deal with it.
Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right. I mean, this is the point. The government is pressing very hard for us to buy electric vehicles. In fact, starting from 2030, the sale of petrol and diesel vehicles will be outlawed. And yet we've got nowhere to charge them. And the problem is that private car park operators that, run car parks for hotels and retail stores are actually fining people for parking at the moment, many of them, while they're charging their vehicles, which is just insane. And those places that are charging and charging for charging, making you pay to charge your vehicle, are unregulated and charging a fortune. Some motorway service stations, James, are said to be charging 3 times your home electricity prices.
It is something where the government needs to get a grip. Dr. Roger Gievolb, thank you very much indeed for joining us once again here on Talk Radio. It's much appreciated.